Hello. Hi, all my crafty friends. It's Kiona. I am known on YouTube as Kiona the Craft Therapist, and I wanted to come by and provide an introduction to you guys because I will be one of the designers on the 7 Kids Craft design team. So I just wanted to come by, answer a few questions, and allow you guys the opportunity to get to know me just a little bit better and to know what you can kind of expect from my channel as far as projects. So going into that, I will just start out by saying some of the things that you can expect from my channel are fun folds, shaker cards, layers, interactive. I always try to place my Cricut into my card in some manner. More than likely, I will have my Cricut write for me. I create my sentiments with my Cricut, or if I'm able to create elements for my card with my Cricut, I also do that. There's just always a touch of my Cricut because my Cricut is near and dear to me. So I'm a kind of stamper and electronic cutting machine type of girl fused together. So that is one of the things about me that may be a little bit different from what you've seen. I don't typically see a whole lot of fusion of the two, but they are both loves of mine, and I figured they can learn to love each other together. So I just wanted to go ahead and show you guys a couple of the projects that I've created recently that may give you a general idea of what you can expect to see on my channel. So the first thing that I want to show you guys is a card that I created. I believe this was either the beginning or early mid-July. And this was actually for 7 Kids Crafts in a hop that we did this month. Yeah, we're still in July. This month. So here is one of my cards, and I think that this gives a pretty good representation of what you can expect on my channel. So this is a shaker, one of my favorite things to do. It has some kind of different elements on the front because I like to, do something fun with the cards. You have a lot of the sequins here. I have a lot of shimmer on the card, and then you have the sentiment, which is usually stacked and has some vinyl on it. In addition to that, you will typically notice with all of my cards that there are multiple layers. I'm usually a layering type of girl. I love the way that it looks. I love a really sturdy card, so I typically have a couple of layers on the front and the inside of my card. So the inside of my card has definitely my Cricut usually does my sentiment. In this particular case, I had my Cricut cut out my sentiment in the vinyl colors that I wanted to use, and I used that to create that inside as well as putting some additional layers on the inside. So I do finish off the inside of my cards. That is another thing that you can definitely expect to see when you see a card from me. So another card that I wanted to bring to you guys, one of the things that I do on a regular basis is a series that I call the Savior Sunday series. I've done it about 14 weeks or so, and I usually over the last several weeks I have used some of the Prima Marketing Prima Princesses because I absolutely love them, and I take you guys on the journey with me in progressing my Copic coloring. So that is another thing about me. We go on journeys together. There's no such thing as perfection, just progress, and we make progress together. So here is one of my Prima Princess cards, and she is one of my favorites because I love these elements that have the florals along with the skin and the hair that I can work on and learn to perfect. Again, you guys see that I have all of the bling and different vinyl elements to this card. One of the things you will also notice about this card is the purple. Purple is my favorite color, and a lot of times you will see it appear at some point in my cards. I don't apologize about that because I absolutely love the color purple. My sentiment, done with my Cricut, vinyl on the front. I usually have my sentiment done with a vinyl element. So that is kind of a staple. And this one is a fun fold. I had my Cricut right on the inside, additional vinyl pieces on the card bases to kind of go throughout the card in a nice fun fold. This is kind of some of the things that I enjoy doing. So lastly, I recently did a card, and it is encompassing like my favorite, which are butterflies. I do work with florals and butterflies, fairies, those type of things are very fun for me. This has a ton of shimmer in it. I love it. I love the shimmer. Again, my sentiment with the vinyl accents and multiple layers on my card, as well as our embellishments. And this one also has a little bit of a fun fold element in the card with the butterflies. So that I feel like really kind of shows what are some of the things that you guys can expect from my channel. How am I able to make time for crafting is another question that we have. Crafting has become pretty much a way of life for me. When I initially began crafting, I didn't know how I was going to make time for crafting. I had no idea. I felt like my schedule was very full, but now I can't see life without crafting. I craft on a regular basis, pretty much daily. There may be one day out of the week that I don't craft, and the majority of the time I craft in the evenings after dinner and before bedtime. So usually between about 8 and 10:30 to 11. And I many times wake up in the morning and do a little crafting before work, because I find that it really sets the tone for my day. It's very relaxing. It's kind of a way to kind of move into my day with my cup of coffee. I can do a couple of things before I go in to work or start my job. So it is really no longer a hobby. It is a part of my everyday life, and that is how I make time for crafting. What would I say is my crafting superpower is another question that we have. So I would definitely say that teaching is my crafting superpower. I love to teach. I love to show people how to do things. I love to provide others with the patience and the understanding to help them learn something different so that they don't have to be frustrated with trying to do something that they love. Being able to give that to other people is there's no greater reward. And I have always been that way. And so the ability to meet people where they are, the ability to consistently answer questions, even if it's the same question, and encourage others, I definitely feel like that is a superpower. And that was really the primary reason for me starting YouTube and sharing on social media, was the ability to help others in the crafting community. So that's what I would say is my superpower. Something personal about myself that viewers may not know. I am a military spouse. I am a mother of 3, and I am a full-time therapist. So those are 3 things about me that I guess if you don't know me, of course you wouldn't know that. And I think that those are the 3 things that really define who I am, and the things that I'm most proud of. So those are 3 things about me that you probably didn't know. Something viewers may be surprised to know about me. I often find that people are very surprised to hear that I have only been crafting for about 3 years. Prior to late May, early June 2017, I had no idea this community existed. I had no idea what a stamp was. I had never been on YouTube, and yeah, it was just this hidden gem that I had no clue about. It was very, very well hidden. And I decided that year, because I was going through a very hard time in my life, that I needed to try to find something to help pull me into a better direction. And I decided that I was going to learn how to craft. And I happened upon the Cricut, and that is where it all started. That was my very first crafting item. And I later that year learned what stamps were, and it's been really downhill from there. So, yeah, people are usually surprised to hear that I've been crafting for such a short period of time. And in the crafting world, I am very much so an infant. Maybe I'm a toddler now. I don't know. We'll call me a toddler. I'm looking over here because these are where I have the questions that I'm answering. So just in case you're wondering why I keep looking over here. And so I think that is pretty much all of the questions that I was to answer for you guys. So if you guys have any other questions, please make sure you leave me a comment below, or you can reach out to me in any of my social media outlets. They are all linked in the description box below. I love chatting with you guys. That is another thing that is really big for me. It's all about community for me. And so I really, really love interacting with you guys, because I want to get to know you guys as much as you're getting to know me. So leave me a comment, leave me a message, tag me in what you're making, and let's share, So I am so ecstatic and really, really looking forward to this venture with 7 Kids Crafts and being on their design team, and some of the amazing things that I can bring to you and hopefully teach you. So I will talk to you guys again really, really soon, hopefully in a video later today. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.